Good morning, everyone. It's like 7:55 in the morning right now, which 7:55 is not that bad, but something you guys got to know about me is that I am not a morning person. And so I woke up early today, not for the game that is releasing today, but for the fact that we have a Kirby Air Riders Direct happening this morning. And I'm actually live streaming it right now as I'm recording it. I got my little countdown over there. Those who show up to my live streams will know that we do a 10-minute countdown leading up to the stream before it actually properly starts. So I wanted to film a clip before I started my live stream because today marks the release of Persona 3 Reload on the Nintendo Switch 2, which I think a lot of people are looking forward to this, but also looking forward to the fact about me talking about this game. To those that don't realize, I really don't like Persona 3 Reload, but I've never explained why I don't like it, and now I'm going to get that chance to do it now that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So people will finally know the answer of why I've never liked Persona 3 Reload, but it is coming out on the Nintendo Switch 2 today, which I plan to go over to Best Buy after this Direct at some point to pick up the game. We'll unbox it, do our traditional stuff that we always do at Best Buy. I have no pre-order, but I figured I would do this clip before I start my live stream, then let you guys know how I feel about the Kirby Direct. Not going to do a video on the Kirby Direct because I feel like there's no need. I've already done a video on Kirby Air Riders when we had that last Direct, which this Direct is going to be 1 hour long. Ridiculous. Anyways, well, actually not ridiculous. It's just surprising, you know, after already having a pretty long Direct. That's besides the point. I need to get ready to my live stream, and I'll see you guys after the live stream. Okay, so I literally just ended my live stream. That Kirby Air Ride Direct has to be probably the best Direct I have ever seen when it comes to focusing on one game. Obviously, a lot of these Nintendo Directs exist. They've done like a Mario Kart Direct, which is probably like one of the worst Directs ever with Mario Kart World. And I went in with this Kirby Direct with such low expectations because a lot of us was confused why another Kirby Direct was happening, especially a 1 hour Direct. But I totally get it now. This Kirby Air Ride game is probably going to be one of the biggest Switch 2 games of all time. Sakurai went all out onto this game, and I cannot wait. But I just ended my live stream. All of us are in agreement that was probably the best Direct ever when it comes to a focused game Direct, which a lot of people are probably wondering if I was doing a video on it. Not doing a video on that Direct since we have the Persona stuff happening. Had this Direct happened, I don't know, early next week, I would have done a dedicated video on this because I have so many thoughts on this. But that was an incredible Direct. I need to go ahead and start getting ready. I have a Persona 5 shirt on right now, so I think I'm probably going to stick with that since it's the only Persona shirt I have and a Persona game was released. So it makes sense to wear a Persona. But I need to put on some actual pants rather than pajamas. And yeah, Best Buy should be opening up. I think mine opens up at 11. It's like 10:30. So I'll be going to Best Buy soon to go pick up the game, which should be exciting. So I will see you guys when I arrive to Best Buy. All right, I have made it to Best Buy. I'm expecting that I will have to ask for the game. You let me know what you guys think. Every time I go to Best Buy, they never have the game already there. So I think it'll be very interesting. I expect that I'll be the only person asking for this. So I'll be interested to see how many copies of the game they got, if they're gonna tell me or not. I know when I picked up Star Wars Outlaws here, they told me they only had 3, which I thought was very interesting. So let's go ahead and go inside Best Buy. As I was about to walk in, I noticed that they had this awesome Pokemon Legends ZA display out here, which is really cool. I got the Switch 2 right there. And then they have a different one right here that is just the Switch 2 with the starters on the side. That is really cool to see. Look at this. They also have giant Nintendo Switch 2 boxes right here. I would like this one, the Tepig one, but I know they're not going to give this out anytime soon, but this is super cool. And then there's some over here, Totodile. That's really cool. That is awesome. All right, so we've made it to the Nintendo Switch 2 section. Looks like they're gonna have some sort of Pokemon event on October 25th, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Get your hands on the game. Looks like they'll have some giveaways probably. That's pretty cool. As expected, they don't have the game out here, but they do have something new that I want to get at some point. They have the physical copy of Chronos. Obviously, I already did my review on this game, but for whatever reason, the physical copy came out a month later from the digital release. I don't know if that was intentional, but I would like to get that at some point. Chronos is a really good Switch 2 game that continues to get updates, but we're probably gonna have to find a Best Buy employee to see if they have the Persona 3 game. So, in terms of anything else new over here, I don't think there's anything else new. I mean, they got Pac-Man World 2, but I think that's it. It's been a while since I bought games at Best Buy. I think it was Star Wars Outlaws was the last time I bought something here. But yeah, really cool nonetheless. Let me go ahead and find a Best Buy employee. All right, so we got the game right here, Persona 3 Reload. It was the only copy that they got, which is kind of surprising to me. $64 spent. I can't believe I put more money into this horrible game. That's besides the point. Look at this. They have a Lego Zelda set right here. You got Young Link right there. You got the Breath of the Wild Link right there. There's so many references right here into this Lego set. That's $300. I couldn't believe that. I knew that they were making a Lego Zelda set, but I didn't know that it already came out. But I'm glad I get to see it in person like this. If I had the space, I would probably do more with Legos, but at the same time, Legos are really expensive, as I just pointed out. This is $300. It's cool, but I don't know if it's $300 cool. But there's a few other things I want to show y'all into the Best Buy before we go. This is the Switch 1 section. They still have a lot of Switch 1 games since they still make some games for the system. They have the Pokemon Legends ZA Switch 1 edition. A lot of people are going to think it's weird probably, but I do want to at some point get the Switch 1 edition of Pokemon Legends. The reason why is I want to have every published Nintendo game for the Switch 1. And the only things that I'm missing, this right here, and then the Pokemon DLCs. I recently got Pokemon Shield, but yeah, that's something down the road if I can get it for a way better price than 60 bucks. But in terms of anything else that's eye-catching over here, I'm not seeing anything too crazy. I think a lot of people would probably go crazy over this right here, Final Fantasy Tactics. This also does have a Switch 2 edition, but for whatever reason, it's a code and box in Japan. It's a free update here in America. There's no Switch 2 physical out there with that. So I thought that was very interesting. So I know there's been a lot of speculation about the future of Xbox right now. This is my local Best Buy. They're in the progress of changing this whole area up. This is where the headsets are. They just threw some of the physical games right here. This is just Battlefield. They have no spot for Battlefield. As of what I'm looking right now, it looks like there is no spot for games, which is kind of interesting. The actual system is over here. My Best Buy didn't get rid of the actual system. And then on the other side, because I'm sure people will be like, what about games over here? There's no games over here, just controllers. And then it looks like all the games that they do have are gonna be right here at this little Call of Duty stand. But what I noticed is like almost every single game that's over here is stuff that is on sale or clearanced out. So I don't know what this means, but they did get rid of a lot of Xbox games at my Best Buy. I mean, they got rid of a whole section where they would have the physical copies. I mean, you see with PlayStation right here, they have all the games right here for PlayStation physically. This is what my Best Buy used to have for Xbox, so I don't know what that means. I know there's a lot of speculation about Xbox's future right now, so it's definitely weird, and I don't know what to say from that point of view. But that's besides the point. We got our Persona 3 Reload. Let's go ahead and head back to the house to unbox this game. All right, I am back from Best Buy and I got the game right here. Something I need to remind people before I proceed with the video though, is I'm actually doing a live stream for this. Shout outs to Dose of Drew. he made sure to make that Persona 3 Reload stream happen. So we are going to be streaming this the day that this video comes out. I'll be live 10 p.m. EST playing Persona 3 Reload onto the Nintendo Switch 2. A dedicated Persona stream, which is brutal for me. My worst nightmare. You know, we're talking about streaming horror games because, you know, it's Halloween approaching. This is my horror. Me playing Persona 3 Reload again. But that's besides the point. I do gotta say, I am very surprised that this game did not come to the Switch 1. I remember when Persona 3 Reload got leaked before the official announcement, it was showing up on store listings as a Switch 1 version coming out with all the other versions. I think even in a leaked trailer of Persona 3 Reload, the Switch 1 logo was there. I could be wrong, but I don't know if Atlas thought that, you know, with the idea of the Switch 2 coming out, maybe they thought Persona 3 Reload would be a bigger game if it was just released onto the Switch 2. I'm not really sure. I do know that this game definitely could have came to the Switch 1. It definitely could have ran it. I mean, it's on PlayStation 4. So this definitely could have worked for the Switch 2. Or it is on the Switch 2. The Switch 1. It's been a long day. I am not a morning person. I really do not like waking up in the mornings. But we had the Kirby Direct. We had Persona. I got so much to get done today. So let's just go ahead and open up the game. Obviously, this is the front side of things, and this is the back side of things. So, the reason why games are $60, this plastic ceiling, it's time to remove it. Here we go. All the value gone. Now, if you guys do pick this up, if you happen to figure out how much is at your store, just out of curiosity, I'd like to know, because I was shocked that Best Buy only got one of these. You know, I know we talked about Star Wars Outlaws only being 3, but I don't think that that was as big of a deal for people because I know Star Wars Outlaws was already not reviewed the greatest for games on like other platforms. I know the Switch 2 version is great. But I would have thought with something like Persona 3 Reload, this is probably one of the more bigger third-party games onto the system in terms of popularity. And I thought that this would have had a little bit more than just one copy. But that's besides the point. You guys are going to see the first look. I'm expecting there not to be... Actually, Atlas would do alternate cover art. I could see that. They did that with the Persona games before. So you guys are going to get the first look. I'm closing my eyes. Am I going to be impressed? Or is it going to be horrible? Alright, I'm going to take a look. Oh, I just leaked the Persona 4 soundtrack. That's okay. Or actually, no. I will have this already downloaded beforehand. There is no cover art. Wow. I don't know. Am I surprised by that? I think I'm surprised by that. Wow. Have they not done that for like Persona 5, for example? Obviously, that's the Switch 2, or Switch 1. I keep getting the 2. Hold on, I'm going to find my Persona copy, and I want to compare the two. So I just opened up Persona 5 Strikers, and there's no alternate cover. I'm still trying to find my Persona 5 Royal, because that's going to be the true test right there, since that's a mainline Persona game. But I'm kind of speechless. So I'm kind of an idiot. I spent like 5 minutes trying to find this, because when you have 800 Switch games and they're all the same red spine, it's kind of hard to find a game. But I knew that I had a Persona 5 Royal Steelbook. So like, I don't know why I went out of my way to find this, because obviously there was not going to be alternate cover art inside of that. I feel like an idiot, but like I said, I am very tired. So you're going to see stupidity things like that. All right, let's get back to the proper unboxing. Let's go ahead and take a look at this cartridge, which this cartridge is just the Persona 3 logo. Actually, it's not even the logo. It's a different, the P3 blue background. Obviously, the color for Persona 3 Reload is blue, or just Persona 3 in general is blue. So that makes a lot of sense. So I am going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up this video because I need to start playing more of this. I've played a lot of the demo, but I want to play this in hopes that it fixes some of the many issues I have with Persona 3 Reload onto the Switch 2. Stay tuned. A review is coming. I will be reviewing the Switch 2 from like a tech perspective, if the frame rate's good, resolution, stuff like that, in my video first before doing my actual thoughts on Persona 3 Reload, because I think a lot of people care more about that than how I feel about Persona 3. So whenever that video comes out, just keep that in mind. It's going to be more than just a review of the game. It's going to be me reviewing the actual Switch 2 port. But guys, I hope to see y'all at my live stream where I play Persona 3 Reload. It should be a very interesting time. Definitely not looking forward to it, but it goes with the theme of Halloween since it is my worst nightmare. By the way, I do have to say a big thank you to you guys. I hit 24,000 subscribers over the last few days, so I greatly appreciate that, especially considering that we started the year with 15,000 subscribers, and here we are probably hitting 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, hopefully, and I greatly appreciate that. But guys, I've been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the Twitter, Instagram, Discord, all that good stuff in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace! Oh man, I can't believe I have to play this game again.